We have Mickey Mouse here applauding and dancing to the destruction of Disney. And what I'm going to show you is, it's going to be mind-blowing, okay? It's all a facade. All of the money, the herd mentality, it's all fake. Psalms 146:8. The Lord openeth the eyes of the blind. Is that you? The Lord raiseth them that are bowed down. The Lord loves the righteous. The Lord preserves the strangers. He relieves the fatherless and widow. But the way of the wicked he turns upside down. And that's what we're seeing right now. They can try all they want, but the Lord will reign forever. Even thy God, O Zion, unto all generations. Praise ye the Lord. And that's why we're seeing a huge backlash right now. People are pushing back against this. Matthew 6:21. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. What are you allowing in your house? The light of the body is the eye. What are you allowing in your eyes? Your eye. If therefore thine eye, all of you have to be, everything has to be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? Whatever you allow in your house, whatever you allow in your mind, that is what is going to take over. Here, listen to Jeffrey Epstein. This is very eerie, these words.
I saw it was physics, which was in fact based on a fixed number of rules, and you did experiments in physics that couldn't violate those rules, and if your experiment worked, you hit the target. Finance seemed to be a different metaphor for the same processes, but when you hit your target, you were able to fly first class to Paris.
And how do you hit your target? It's the children. They target the children because just like the saying, there's a sucker born every minute. Children are born constantly. And if they can get to the children, and I'm going to show some very disturbing stuff here. Please watch. And graphic warning advisory, okay? Always in these videos. So 5 months ago, so for years, I've been chiseling away at these Disney movies, breaking down these idols one by one by one, and we're going to get back into that in a very high production value way. But here we go. Ticking time bomb. Right after that video, you can't even search this. It's censored. You can't even search this. The keywords aren't there. You're not going to find this, okay? But right after that, ticking time bomb, 3 large cap stocks to dump before the damage is done. And Disney is one of those. The stock has entered a lost decade and a string of flops suggests, and it'll just continue. Oh yeah, it's going to continue. And unfortunately, taxpayers are funding their own demise, which we'll get into. Okay? Tremendous loss to America. South Carolina is dumping $105 million worth of Disney investment, blaming structural rot in the company. So South Carolina's treasurer wants out of Disney's rot. Why? Well, probably because he has a conscience, maybe. Maybe he's figuring out, hey, listen, when the public finds out where their pension money is coming from, like Disney, they're not going to be too happy. I think it's clear to anybody paying attention that there's a structural rot inside of Disney. It's deep, it's pervasive, and I suspect Bob Iger, since his return as CEO, now realizes it can't be fixed. It does not bode well for the future of the company. Largest U.S. pension buys up Apple, Tesla, and Disney stock. How much money is being floated around here? Let's read this. $105 million in Disney debt securities. So basically, taxpayers are funding Disney, their debt. How that's all mixed in with pensions, I don't know, but it is. It's not going to be read up for maturity. In total, Loftus is responsible for managing $67 billion in public funds. Where is all of our money going and what's funding what? It's called plutocratic socialism. We live in a communism light. The government funds, the taxpayers allow it, funds the demise of America. Steve Bannon and all them know a lot about it. He helped get kids hooked on witchcraft using slave labor in China. There's a video about that on liesofthedevil.com and the videos, okay, on our channels. So these people have a lot of money to play around with. Donald Trump is included in these people. They know what it's all about. You know what? It comes down to energy. Where is your energy? Who are you? What are you about? What are you allowing? What are you doing? That is the government. Okay, so their stock just continues, but they're always going to have a slice of the pie because they've got the homosexuals and they've got the people that like to hurt children. And, these people, it's a network. It's a network. And they prop each other up. Walt Disney is horrible, I'm going to get into that, okay, and his FBI connections and stuff and what they've said about him. Okay, so here's the Disney resort. It's funny. It seems like a lot of bad stuff happens in hotels. So here we go. Here's the hotel. It's a Hilton Hotel. Hilton Hotel. Look at that cute little mouse. People pay $2,000 to come see the little mouse with a sign and to sleep outside a lagoon. It's a joke, okay? I'm joking. Please don't take offense. But see, these guys that are sick and twisted, they know, and sheriffs and people that are into forensic psychology and whatnot that break this down, they take these children there because they go to have a good time and then they get in a hotel room and then they do horrible things. Jeffrey Epstein, all these people that I'm going to be talking about are involved in stuff like that. They know about it. And it happens with massages. A lot of times massages. Then they got a little waffle in the size of Mickey's head or whatever, carved out like Mickey. So Trump Hotel Secrets. World War III. We are in World War III. This isn't fake World War III, Trump, media empire. This isn't like that. And they have no political control. They're just loudmouths. This is the real deal. This is spiritual warfare. AJ Delgado and Jason Miller. It all happened in Trump's hotels, vomiting and disgusting, filthy things. What else goes on in there? Jeffrey Epstein. Ezekiel 8:15. And I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm doing what the Lord has asked me to do, and is going to ask you to do, because his word does not return void, and his word is amazing, and we're seeing the change because people are delving into him. Ezekiel 8:15. Then said he unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these. Here we go. You ready? Billionaire Jewish diamond trader dies during enlargement operation. He reportedly entered the workforce as a masseuse working at the Hilton Hotel in Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv, Israel is a filthy, disgusting place right now. Here we go, Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. Samantha said she went back to massage Epstein about another 3 or 4 times throughout the end of 1993 and the beginning of 1994. Each time she would massage him, he would, and then she would get paid. Okay. Hold on. Wait, let me show you. The Lord has shown me, I'm going to show you. Disney 100, Wish producers reveal their hopes for the company's next 100 years. So their creative director, whoever's in charge of creativity, Jennifer Lee, tells comicbook.com she thinks it's about Disney magic that appeals to all ages. Why are Christians getting involved in anything that has to do with Disney and magic? People call it manipulation. God calls it magic, the perversion of what he designed. It's funny, she says, what Walt would say, that we need to connect with the kid in us. But I think some people misinterpret that concept of toys and innocence. That is naive. And I don't think that's what he means, she says. I think that he means connect with that part of ourselves that is wondrous, that sees possibility, that doesn't give up, that has a way of looking at the world and seeing the world for its best. And that is the truth. God created children. He created us to do marvelous, brilliant things. Children are being born into a lie, and people are perpetuating the lie. And God has raised up his remnant to warn you of what's happening right now. And that is why the world is changing, because it's not because of the words that I'm saying, and it's not because of popularity. It has nothing to do with that. It's because the few people that watch this channel, They are God's remnant, and then they do the things that God asks them to, and then it's a ripple effect. It doesn't take Trump and 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people on a live stream. It doesn't take anything like that. Do you understand? Are you hearing me? Here's Walt Disney. This is FBI Walter Elias Disney. This is called the Child, MOLESTER, program. Mr. Disney stated he thought that this was a very fine program, and then he began to express himself along lines that he felt that a nonprofit film visualized with his animal characters would be a good thing. Disney, who he is an quote-unquote idea man, calls himself an idea man, loved the possibility of doing this, loved being able to participate in this, loved being able to be a part of children's lives. Walt Disney is a Luciferian 33rd degree higher Freemason, whatever. Okay? People that just, the secrecy, it's a joke. It's a joke. Okay, not only that, but he was involved in other, he was a contact with the FBI at all times in the government. Big time. Authors question Disney's diligence regarding pedophiles at theme park. Okay? Even when a crime is committed at the theme park against a child, Disney shies away from calling law enforcement, according to Schweitzer's book. Okay? They cited the 1996 case of a Japanese travel bureau. See, that's what I'm saying. We're waking up. This has been going on for decades. This has been going on since I was a kid, before I was a kid, right when I was born. This stuff was really happening, full blown. So stop this joke that this is like. They cited the 1996 case of a Japanese travel bureau agent who reportedly told an investigator her daughter twice saw a man at a water park with his zipper down. Okay? We were at a water park. This was 2 years ago or something like that. I made a video on this. It's somewhere on the channel. And there was two guys with the kid, and they were allowing the kid to run around naked. And everybody was there. And they just kind of like going on like it was normal. After a few minutes, I decided, hey, I told the manager, I said, you tell them to put something on that kid now, or I'm calling the cops now. And you know what? People need the law enforcement. If you need to use the law, and it's good for you as a Christian if you use it right. After confronting the employee who matched her description, Disney officials fired him, but they waited 7 hours to call the sheriff's office. There was no opportunity to make an arrest because both the offender and the witness had left. Another officer related, this is what they do. It's all psychology, guys. Most people are innocent. Most people are sheep, and they want to find goodness to follow. They want to find Christ. Another officer related a story to the authors about a man who traveled around to Disney hotels and took close-up shots of children 3 or 4 years old as they climbed up out of the pools. Sometimes their bathing suits weren't covered. And then the policeman, the guy was going to offend, and he was taking pictures. Do you understand what we're involved in? Hold on. Wait, you hold on. It gets worse. So there's more, okay? Why Disney? Why is Disney a hub for all this stuff? Why was Walt Disney so infatuated wanting to be a hub for this stuff, okay? Why Disney? Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd, who oversaw these investigations, explained. He says, wherever you find children, you find these predators. He said, most employees work at Disney because they want a good, stable job for a great company, but there's always a few that get in there because they can see children. They can live in a child's world, like Michael Jackson, living in a child's world. They love to play the victim. They know how it works. Because of Christ showing us martyrdom, and he's showing us the good thing. These people hide under that veil. They're called wolves, people. Wolves. They're wolves among the sheep. Do you understand? God says it for a reason. He calls them brute beast wolves. Who thinks of this stuff but these people? Mr. Disney named this is in the middle paragraph, Mr. Sorrell, head of the Conference of Studio Unions, something that they are a part of, right? A studio union, as the man Mr. Mr. Disney named Mr. Sorrell head of the Conference of Studio Unions as the man who called a strike at the Disney studios and refused to agree to an election in the plant. At the insistence of his artists, Mr. Disney said he demanded a plant election. So Walt Disney puts him in there. Then he has to be forced to have an election on this guy, okay, to make sure that he could be their head boss for their union. Mr. Disney, the last witness before the committee released its investigation, said that the man, Mr. Sorrell, was indeed part of the communist front in Hollywood, trying to take over Hollywood. Walt Disney and these Freemasons are communism. They love plutocratic socialism. Do you understand? So they play the victim. So he puts this guy in power. This guy gets outed, and then Disney gets exposed for being a communist. And he says, "Oh no, the people that exposed me to being communist, they're the communists." And then he says, he calls out all the groups that were a part of this. He calls out the People's World, PW, the Daily Worker, all these communist fronts. And then later on, he resends his comments to one of the groups that helped fund him. Okay, so this is who these people are. They like to victimize. So after the Nazis and Operation Paperclip, after Americans took the Nazis in to NASA, okay, whatnot, Walt Disney then hired them. Walt Disney, this is an article saying, I liked a Nazi. My hero was a Nazi. Like most of my generation, I was obsessed with man's space exploration. Walt Disney was largely responsible. Every month in the 1950s, The Wonderful World of Disney treated the American TV audience to the man in space. My diet was Chinese takeout and Nazis. China and Nazis. Kind of crazy. I think we were getting squeezed. And I think that the MAGA people that are on Trump's far right or whatever that they like to call, I think they're trying to squeeze the far left and the far right. They're trying to squeeze the middle into taking a side here when you have Nazis and Chinese. Do you understand? Isaiah 45:7. It's called plutocratic socialism, people. Communism light. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect, I have even called thee by name. I have surnamed thee. Are you God's child? Do you believe in Jesus? If you do, I'm talking to you. God is talking to you through his word here. I even called thee by name. I have surnamed thee. Thou hast not known me. How beautiful and magnificent is he, and how rich he is. Even when we know him, we don't, and we have to delve in deeper and know him and get closer to him. How magnificent. I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee. Thou hast not known me, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. Did you hear that? He forms the light and creates darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. What does that mean? That is a very hard statement. If somebody reads that, they can go into the occult and they can go, oh, like they say Lucifer is God. They will say that. People will say that, okay? And there's lots of videos where I break that down. That's not the case. That's not the truth. But that's what they think. What is this verse really saying? That God allows the evil because he's given us free will choice. And if that is their choice, if that is your choice, he allows the evil to compound itself. He's created it for itself so that when that darkness comes and you're hid in that darkness and you find no light, you don't even see a hue of it, that's when he works. When he can work. He is always working. He doesn't want you to go that far. Not for a second. Never wants it. Never wanted it. But free will choice is a beautiful thing. And people screw it up. And people go, how is that free will? How is that free will? You want the darkness? He's let you have it. This is why I'm saying it gets even worse. Kent Hovind, the hero that woke up the world. As I was waking up, when the Lord wanted me to get involved in doing his work, Kent was... He asked me to go help build his ministry, help him rebuild his ministry after he got out of prison. And part 2 of the Kent Hovind Wolf in Sheep's Clothing documentary is coming out. Okay, it's going to come out. This guy has a child theme park, and Horrible stuff goes on there with massages and little children. And his third wife, second wife, first wife, all know about Kent's peoples. In 1993, agents working a missing child case discovered something startling. P-files were transmitting horrible images via the internet. These people have child theme parks, and they have people that do horrible stuff with, and then they send it out to their people. It's called a syndicate. It's called a network. It's called an organization. These people know what they're doing. And just like what Jeffrey Epstein says, when you find the target, when you hit that target, you're able to fly first class to Paris. God has given us the ability to create and do these things. These horrible monsters are at the helm, and the hypocrites need to be ousted. The world's waking up. I'm waking up to this, and I'm showing you. Disney CEO Bob Iger says companies' movies have been too focused on messaging. Here's how the brainwashing works. You ready? Too focused on messaging. Let's scroll down here. What does that mean? In creative terms, creators lost sight of their number one objective needed to be. Iger said at the Deal Book Summit in New York on Wednesday. We have to entertain first. It's not about messages. So entertainment, there's no messages in entertainment. Entertainment's all about messages. Do you understand how these guys, they form these words and these marketing taglines behind closed doors? That's all they do, is they think about manipulating the public. Same thing with Elon Musk. You ready? Everybody thinks Elon Musk is a hero, okay? Elon Musk is so irate that Disney for pulling ads from X. He says CEO Bob Iger should be fired immediately, not because of the content and the hurting of the children and stuff like that, but because of money. He should be fired immediately. These guys are all wannabe alpha males. It's all about money. You know what I mean? They don't care. I'll show you that here. In a series of posts Thursday, Tesla CEO appeared to refer to the box office performance of some of recent Disney films, saying Iger drops more bombs than B-52. Disney declined to comment. Musk also referred to, got that punchline in there. Whoa, boom, got that little punch in the chin there. Musk also referenced a New Mexico lawsuit alleging content from Facebook and Instagram enabling child abuse and trafficking. Why no advertiser boycott Bob Iger? You are endorsing this material. And Musk wants their money. And that's evidenced by his own words, his own actions. You hear me? This is the end result. This is why we're living in worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay? Dozens, I wouldn't say worse, pretty darn close. I don't know. Okay? It's horrible. But hundreds of kids age 6 and under referred to Gender Identity Development Service. I mean, it is worse than Sodom and Gomorrah, because it's on the internet, it's everywhere. It just happens to be there's more people, and I don't mean to show the woman on the right side. I don't mean to show any of this junk, okay? I don't even like talking about this stuff, okay? I'm going to get off the article. But anyway, children are getting hurt, and can we not talk? Can we not open our mouths and let God speak for us and call out this evil? Anywhere, everywhere it is, call it out. Anywhere, everywhere it is, call it out. Even at family gatherings, no matter where it's at, you're going to get ostracized. But I'm telling you what, in a year, 2, 5 years, 10 years from now, because God gets glorified, he wants to be glorified, he will then lift you up. Do you understand me? Are you hearing me? And these people, rise of American idols, all hail the queen, Trump, World War III, celebrity politicians and pastors. Okay, that's what's coming up next. Okay, because people now have been fully idolized. These people are fully idolizing these people now because they want a savior like Hitler. They want somebody that they can help. And I'm not saying Donald Trump is Hitler. What I'm saying is the effects of that. We're reliving history again. We're reliving history again. And so you're going to get COVID injections. You're going to get all the evil things that come with wickedness and iniquity. Matthew 18:10, take heed that ye despise not one of these little ones, for I say unto you that in heaven their angels do always behold the face of my Father which is in heaven. So children have an angel. Everybody, I'm pretty accurate in saying this, and everybody has an angel. I know children do, okay? And they're very close to the Lord, being raised up, okay? how serious is your job as a parent? How serious is your job as a grandparent to then take them from whatever that age is where they're starting to understand the world even more so than at a young age when God is with them at a very young age. I don't know the dynamics, but I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say what the Bible says. But do you understand? Psalms 127:3. Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. Children are a reward. People go, how can God give children to these poor people in Africa that, are into witchcraft and whatnot? Because we're allowing it. Because look at what we're funding. We're allowing Disney to destroy our country, and instead of diverting our economy and our funds to doing good things, we're doing evil things. So why wouldn't they be born in that environment? But they're a reward. If they're treated as a reward, they are a beautiful reward. If they're treated as they are cattle, or if they're, then they'll act it. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. John 8:2, you shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. And the truth is the Lord Jesus Christ, not Buddha, not any of these people. You can be innocent and naive and want to get close to Christ and duck and dive through these things, and God will allow that. But the truth is Jesus Christ, and you'll know that. And so these people, they put out little veneers of the truth. You don't want the veneer. You want the truth. Christ. All of him. Not at the church, at these pulpits with these. It's in his word.